Hallo, bonjour, hola, hey, ciao, cześć, привет, barev, tere, ahoy, pershendetia, and hello. Yes, I literally just said hello in about 12 different European languages. Anyway, welcome to the premiere episode of the Euro Den, a brand new podcast that lives and breathes the Eurovision Song Contest. My name is Joseph Mendy, and I get to be your host within this den, so make yourselves at home, get cozy, and let us embark on this Eurovision expedition together. In this opening episode, I'll share my journey on how I got into Eurovision, and we'll also look at the history of the Eurovision Song Contest from 1956 all the way to the present day. Are you sitting comfortably? Then we'll begin. So here we are in the month of September. Summer is finally done away with, no more heat waves, and now we're in autumn. And that heralds not only the start of a new academic year, yep, that means going back to school, but it also sees the dawn of a new Eurovision season. On Monday, the 1st of September, Euro fans on social media wung in what is known in the bubble as Eurovision New Year. That basically means any song commercially released between now and the song submission deadline in March is eligible for the upcoming Eurovision Song Contest. But why is the 1st of September such a big deal for Eurovision fans? Well, let me explain why. Basically, in a nutshell, according to the rules of the Eurovision Song Contest, all songs submitted for Eurovision must be an original song, so no cover versions allowed. They must not have been released and or publicly performed in part or in full before the 1st of September. Hence why broadcasters in participating countries often include that specific rule amongst their rule sets when they open song submissions for either an internal or national selection. That's why most Eurovision fans often see the 1st of September as Eurovision New Year. Basically like New Year's in December, but in the context of Eurovision, it's New Year in September, as in when songs are now officially eligible to compete in the upcoming Eurovision Song Contest. I've been watching and following the Eurovision Song Contest for well over a decade now. So how did I get into Eurovision in the first place? Well, my first glimpse of Eurovision was in 2011 whilst I was at my auntie's house and Eurovision was on the TV, mainly during the voting sequence. But back then, I had no clue about the contest. I didn't even listen to any of the songs from that year, to be fair. I saw some small excerpts of the 2012 and 2013 contests before starting to gain interest in 2014. Though, even before that, I was watching some clips and full contests from past editions of the Junior Eurovision Song Contest, as well as past editions of the Eurovision Song Contest. But I'll talk more about Junior Eurovision in a future episode. I couldn't watch the semi-finals in full for the 2014 contest because I was still in high school and I was still going to bed at 9 o'clock. But I did watch the final on the Saturday in full. It was only in 2015 when I was allowed to watch the semi-finals in full as well as the final. And from that year onwards, I have not looked back. I then went from just being a regular viewer, as in just watching the 3 Eurovision shows, to then joining the fandom on social media in 2019 when I started using social media. And finally, I began watching national selections during the 2020 season, even though we knew that that year's contest got cancelled eventually due to COVID. But as time progressed, Eurovision became a part of my life one way or another. And since then, every year, I've watched, followed, and ranked songs from various national selections and indeed Eurovision itself. So I went from not having a clue about the contest to then watching national selections during the season, keeping an eye on internal selections, and being part of a massive Eurovision social media community. As you know, I am a huge Eurovision fan, as are so many people around the world. But for those who haven't seen or heard of Eurovision before, let me tell you a little story on how it works and how it has evolved. The Eurovision Song Contest, also known as ESC or just Eurovision, is an annual international song competition organised by the European Broadcasting Union, aka the EBU. It was inspired by the Sanremo Music Festival, held annually since 1951. With 69 editions and 107 live shows, it is the longest-running international music competition and one of the world's longest-running TV programmes. Each country participating in Eurovision is represented by a broadcaster who submits a song and an artist to represent them at the contest. Again, the songs have to be original, so no cover versions, and must not be performed in public either partly or in full before the 1st of September. Oh, and they cannot exceed the maximum length of 3 minutes. So the broadcaster submits a song and artist representing at the contest. Then viewers at home and national juries in every country, mainly made up of music industry professionals, vote for their favourite songs, bearing in mind that voting for your own country is strictly prohibited. The votes are then turned into points, and the song that receives the most points wins the contest and takes home the trophy. Over the past 69 years, 52 countries have taken part in the contest at least once. That's 1,754 songs altogether, with 27 of them picking up at least one win. Ireland and Sweden are the countries with the most Eurovision wins, with 7 apiece. Staying with those two nations, only 2 people have gone on to win Eurovision twice. Johnny Logan from Ireland in 1980 and 1987 with What's Another Year and Hold Me Now, and Loreen from Sweden in 2012 and 2023 with Euphoria and Tattoo. It all started back in 1956 and the very first Eurovision Song Contest in Lugano, Switzerland, with 7 countries taking part, each submitting 2 songs each. The following year saw 10 countries taking part in the second edition in Frankfurt, West Germany, but this time only submitting 1 song each. Over the past 6 decades, the contest has seen a variety of changes. From 1956 to 1998, all songs were performed with an orchestra, but since 1999, the artist performed with a full musical backing track. The 1968 edition, held in London, United Kingdom, was the first contest to be broadcast in colour. The spokespersons used to deliver their country's votes down the telephone, but that all changed in 1994 when the spokespersons found themselves in vision at Eurovision. See what I did there? As from that year onwards, they would announce their points live via satellite video for all to see. As the contest grew in numbers, in terms of participating countries anyway, a relegation system was used from 1994 till 2003, where the countries at the bottom end of the scoreboard would be relegated and had to miss the contest the following year to make room for the other countries that didn't take part the previous year. This was done to limit the number of participating countries for financial and time length related reasons. From the year 2000, a new concept called the Big Four was introduced, where the 4 countries with the largest financial contributions to the EBU, those being France, Germany, Spain and the United Kingdom, who are the 4 highest paying EBU members, they would be spared from relegation. This was extended to the Big Five when Italy returned in 2011. (2002's Eurovision Song Contest held in Tallinn, Estonia, saw the introduction of slogans, which when paired with the theme art often sets the theme for that year's contest. We've had Modern Fairy Tale, Magical Rendezvous, Under the Same Sky, Awakening, Feel the Rhythm, True Fantasy, Confluence of Sound, Share the Moment, Feel Your Heartbeat, Light Your Fire, We Are One, Join Us, Building Bridges, Come Together, Celebrate Diversity, All Aboard, Dare to Dream, Open Up, The Sound of Beauty, and finally ending with United by Music, which was the slogan for 2023, but since 2024, it's been adopted by the EBU as a permanent slogan for the Eurovision Song Contest going forward. With the number of participating countries increasing big time, up to 36 at the time, 2004 saw the introduction of the semi-final, originally on the Wednesday of Eurovision week, before eventually settling on the Thursday from 2005, along with the Saturday night final as usual. Another semi-final would be thrown into the format in 2008 on the Tuesday, when 43 countries competed. This has led to the formats that we've become accustomed to, with 2 semi-finals on Tuesday and Thursday, leading to the grand final on Saturday night. The Big Four, later the Big Five, would be exempt from the semi-finals and would get an automatic ticket to the grand final. Before we knew it, we went from small halls, TV studios and modest-sized theatres and conference centres to big indoor arenas, drawing in thousands of spectators in the audience. The largest live audience ever to attend a Eurovision Song Contest in the arena was 38,000 people at the Parken Stadium when Copenhagen in Denmark hosted the 2001 Eurovision Song Contest. Talking of audience, when Eurovision started, the audience used to all be in suits and ties and glamorous evening attire and just politely applauded with minimal fuss. Fast forward to the Eurovision audience of today, and it's a case of wear what you want, be who you want to be, and be as loud as you like with all the cheering and clapping and the odd boo or two. But personally, I wouldn't change it for the world. Stages used to be basic and simple with just a microphone and 2 or 3 cameras. But nowadays, stage designs have become more unique, more grander, more elaborate, albeit with a few technical hiccups here and there. And from basic, simple backgrounds to LED screens, and from simple staging to props, choreography and pyrotechnics, the Eurovision Song Contest has been through quite the evolution throughout its 69-year history in all aspects. And as the contest prepares for its 70th anniversary next year, we look to see where next for this massive music event. That's all I've got time for you on this premiere episode, but I cannot wait to open up the den throughout the season between now and May as we get ready and gear up for the 70th anniversary edition of the world's favourite music competition. In the next episode, we'll take a look at the voting at the Eurovision Song Contest and how that has changed over the years. I will also look at the 27 countries that have won Eurovision over the years. Now, I don't have a set schedule at the moment, so I could be dropping episodes at any time. So it's worth keeping an eye out if you fancy. So if you don't want to miss a single episode, and to make sure you're ready for when the next episode drops, you can hit the follow button and turn on notifications. That way you'll know that the next episode is available. And if you enjoyed this episode, why not give it a rating if you wish to do so. Until we meet again at the den, as they say in France, au revoir. Cheerio.